All right, real talk. I want to talk about something that I've noticed a negative trend that has been building for a while, but is if not nipped in the bud, it's going to become very bad. Okay, why will a black person refuse or intentionally decide not to support another black business? Okay, it's happening quietly. It's creeping up in Texas, in Atlanta, in Houston, in New York, in Philadelphia, and all those places. African Americans have decided to boycott African businesses. Now, without holding anyone to responsible or pushing the blame, I'm asking myself, why is it happening? And it's moving very fast. There is this enmity, non-cooperation between Africans and African Americans. It's uncomfortable, but if you look at it, it's unspoken. But it's a serious tension that is building. Why? Because other races, the whites, the Asians, the Jews, the Arabs are unifying, building wealth, joining resources together to build up and beef up their their collective wealth of their community. So I'm expecting the Africans to come together with the African Americans and build a huge wealth, have their own banks for people of color, be able to have impact in the community, as against beefing themselves and having issues among themselves. Why is it so? Are there fundamental reasons? Are there pre-existing reasons that's boiling to this? Or is there somebody somewhere playing the devil's advocate and enjoying this while these two brothers are drifting apart? Now let's do an example. There's an African restaurant in Houston doing very, very well. Great food, great ambience, great environment. All of a sudden I learned that they are declaring bankruptcy, that is folding up. Why? Because someone they mentioned that we don't go there anymore. They don't treat us like one of us. They don't show us respect. Another example, there's a saloon owned by, because the restaurant they said is owned by a Nigerian. It's a Nigerian restaurant, so I'm not going to go there. Now there's a salon in Atlanta, beautiful salon. I learned he employs over 100 people, and that the salon is crying for business. Why? Because somebody said it's owned by a Cameroonian. Another one in New York. There's a hair salon in New York. It used to be flown by all kinds of people, even whites patronize the salon. Now I heard it's empty because it's not sustainable by Africans alone. And they said it's owned by a Ghanaian that we've decided to stop supporting them. What is the reason? They don't treat us. I'm not going to spend my money with people that don't support me. I would rather go spend it with the Jewish company. I would rather go spend it with Asians than to spend with my own brother, people of my own pigmentation. And he goes, don't call them my brother. We're not the same. We don't share the same culture. The African is saying the same. What is the reason for this? The issue is deeper than customer service or prices. Okay? Perception is the problem. Perception. Okay? Some African Americans complain that Africans, you don't show them respect. You always call them that they are lazy, that they feel entitled, that they do this, they do that, that they were born here. If you were born here, you'll have become the president. Africans say that. You look down on them. On the other hand, the Africans are complaining and saying the African Americans don't respect them. They look them as Uncle Tom. They look them as they laugh at their language, their accent, their way of life, their hustle. They do 10 jobs and they tell them to their face, calling them fufu and all that. They've not shown them respect. So you see this. It's the perception has been bad for a while. And what is the cost? The cost is not just the financial thing. It's the division, divide and conquer. There's a hand somewhere who is enjoying this process. Okay? What is the solution? The solution is, my honest solution, we have to communicate more, reach out to each other, show respect. I'll start with the Africans. You must, whether you like it or not, understand that certain people are behaving in a certain way due to pre-existing conditions of how they've lived for many years. Many years, a lot of rights were stripped from them. Okay? They own nothing. They've been called they can't do well. They can, and most times, yeah, it boils down. But there are people that are breaking out. You must show empathy on the African Americans. You have to understand that these guys that come from Africa, from wherever in the world and come to America, they come from a different mindset. They didn't come from the same condition as you. Try and understand. Instead of criticizing them for being too ambitious on Kotom, kissing the white man's ass and all that, ask yourself, if I took a loan, if I sold my house, if I have not seen my mother in years, and I traveled here, I traveled miles to come and be economically stronger, my mindset is going to be different from you that is here. Okay? So when we look at that and understand as an African that, look, these privileges I'm enjoying, affirmative action. I came all the way from Africa to come and enjoy affirmative action. A percentile of scholarship, a percentile of grace, a percentile of gifts, a percentile of housing was created for certain people as a compensation. And I come, and the advantage I have with them is I share the same color, and I jump onto the line, and I tap into that privilege. My African brothers and sisters, you must understand. Okay? You come to a place and say, why are these people behaving like this? We ask ourselves that question. Why can't Leroy Shiniqua behave in a certain way? I'm not making excuses for them. But sometimes you will not understand until you put yourself in certain people's shoes. Okay? Same with the African Americans. Ask yourself, what is this drive? Why are these people looking down on me? Why are they? And there should be clear communication. With that, there will be understanding. They say, walk a mile in my shoes. So Africans, I want you to take a sit back. That if I was brought down, I was born in Brooklyn. My grandmother lived in Brooklyn. My forefather was a slave. I was told all my life. My father was told all his life it could amount to nothing. My grandfather the same. And I'm struggling to break out. I faced police brutality. I faced discrimination all my life. Now, my mindset is beaten to stupor. My mindset is beaten. It takes the grace. And who is that grace? You Africans. You have to come and tell them, look, you were kings from where you came from. You were kings. Get up. Let us fight this monster that is putting us down together. Let us get up. You can do better. Instead of you judging them. Okay? My grandfather wasn't involved in my life. My father wasn't involved in my life. I have no uncles I could look up to. No. Now, compared to the guy in Africa, he might be poor, but all his life is telling them you must make it. You're a king. He might be broke. He might be from a dirty place. He has never heard a thing. He looks around. The president is like him. The senators are like him, even though they're all corrupt. And he looks, I can do better. He looks around. The doctor is like him. Everybody that is successful is like him. He has no choice. So when he comes over there, he's going to prosper. So let us try to understand ourselves instead of judging. Do not look down on people. Do not look down on people, whether you're an African American or an African, saying these people are not serious. If I had this opportunity, you may not. If you had the opportunity, you may not do that. Let's be honest. Likewise, the Africans. So if you're an African American looking down, why are these people behaving like this? You might be stuck up as well. So what we should do is integrate. The Africans should look up, bring new mentors from the African American communities. Okay? Mentor new people from African American communities. And the African American reach out. So please, what side of the divide are you in? Do you support what they are doing? Have you ever been discriminated about as an African American by Africans? So that we can see it. Pour your heart out. Have you ever been looked down upon as an African when you came here? So that let us find a synergy. That's just all I got to say. My name is O.C. Templar. I just believe in one race, which is the human race. And most importantly, the blacks should be together. Have a beautiful day.